Hey nerds, I'm here with Andrea Romano. Andrea, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Um, you are the voice cast director. You are responsible for the beautiful sounds we hear in these movies, correct?
I am. I cast and directed this piece, yes.
Can you tell us about just the importance of getting a voice that just can really communicate these godlike beings?
You know, I've been doing this for so long that I kind of have an idea in my head of what I think they should sound like. And when we cast these, we do them with a large meeting with a lot of people and their input and what they think. And can we use anybody we've ever used before? Can we use an Aquaman we've had before? Can we use a Batman we've used before? And sometimes because the art style is the same as a previous film, they do want to keep the actors, the same actors from previous ones. Sometimes they want to recast. The art style is different. They want it to look different. They want it to sound different. And so I never know exactly whether or not I'm going to be able to use actors I have used before. In this one, we were able to bring back Jason O'Mara as Batman. There are characters that didn't exist in any of our incarnations of these films, including Aquaman, who Matt Lanter came to play and is terrific in the film. There's a quality to the voice that has to sound like these characters look. And so that's key. When I get to see what the characters are being drawn like, are they huge chested, small waisted? Are they slight? Are all the characters sort of thin? It all depends on the style. And does that voice sound like it could come out of that physical being? At the same time, we've all seen enormous, big, strong men with very high, light voices. And so sometimes that works too. So it's a matter of coming up with a group that will sound like they're all on the same team, because when you have a Justice League, they're working together. Does it make sense that these guys all sound the same? Does it make sense that some sound a little different because they don't really want to be a part of the team. They're kind of standoffish, or they're just coming into the group. So it's all a matter of listening to the sounds and finding out if it fits the particular piece.
Now, you said you've been doing this just for years. I have to imagine you have favorites. Is it hard when you go into a new project to, you really wanted to be able to cast someone? I mean, every DC fan out there has their favorites.
Of course.
I'm a Kevin Conroy fan myself.
Yeah, I am too.
I
am too.
I grew up with him. I have a
Yep.
soft spot for him.
Yep.
But do you have to kind of pull yourself back from casting these favorites?
Well, the very first question I ask when I'm brought into those casting meetings is, can I use Kevin Conroy? Because to me, he is Batman too. I mean, that's the Batman that I first cast, and he has done 20 plus years of Batman projects. But a few years ago I forget which the first one was, but we used Jason O'Mara as Batman because, again, the art style was different. They wanted a different Batman. And Jason is wonderful. And on this one, they wanted to keep that continuity. So this one was not a matter of casting anybody new. It was bringing Jason along this theme. I think there was 3 or 4 films in a row that they wanted to use Jason on, so he was my Batman on this. But yeah, my first question always is, can I use anybody I've used before? And then, it's hard the first time to cast Batman. I probably auditioned, well, I heard 500 voices, auditioned 120 people myself, narrowed it down to 5, and ultimately we chose Kevin Conroy. And then to have to do that again and again and again to find Batman, such a crucial character, so important in everybody's sort of hero world. You can mention, have you ever heard of blah, 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 this character, have you ever heard of Nightwing, do you know about this, blah, blah. They all know Batman. Everybody knows
Yeah.
Batman. So that's always a very hard role to cast whenever I have to cast it new. But this was easy because it was just bringing Jason along.
Right. Last question though, when you are casting, and specifically like with Superman and Batman, is it important to know what the characters mean to the actors and how they see the character?
Always. When we make the approach to a new actor to play somebody, we find out what kind of response it is when they're made the offer. Oh, I'm a huge comic book fan. Please let me be a part of this. This is how I got Mark Hamill in the first place to be the Joker. Was he contacted me and said, I'm a huge collector of comic books. I want to be a part of your series. And so that kind of enthusiasm is fantastic. You want someone who's that into the project.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
My pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.